My name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we're here for your evening time severe weather breakdown. So let's go and get right into it. Starting off the SPC outlook for today, we still have a slight risk of severe weather that's about the same as this morning. Tornado threat, we still do have a 2% risk of a tornado here. It's gotten a little bit bigger. It still just includes Garden City, Liberal, but now it does include eastern portions of Amarillo, so definitely look out for that. This also includes Pampa, Texas, Borger, Texas, and more. So anywhere in this green area, you have a 2% chance to see a tornado tonight, so look out for that. Damaging wind threat, we have a 15% risk of damaging winds of 60 miles an hour or higher here. This only includes Liberal now, but Garden City is still in the brown region, as well as all these other cities like Lubbock, Pueblo, and more. So look out for that. Those can be very damaging, 60 mile an hour winds are not a joke. Hail threat, we still have a hatch risk of hail for tonight that includes Liberal and Garden City here in Kansas. So you have a 15% chance to see hail of 2 inches or larger if you're in the yellow with the lines. If you're in the yellow with no lines, then you have a 15% chance to see hail of 1 inch or larger. But this is going to be the real threat here inside of this circle. Last night we saw hail up to baseball size, and it's looking like that could definitely be possible again here tonight, as we have a very similar setup as to last night. Moving on to tomorrow, we just have a marginal risk as of right now. Tornado threat for tomorrow, very low, but we do have a wind threat and a hail threat, so look out for that tomorrow. 5% chance of wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher, and a 5% chance of hail of 1 inch or larger tomorrow in this region. This does include Midland, Abilene, and Lubbock, so look out for that. Going all the way into Tuesday, we do not have any marginal risks as of right now, but I'm imagining that we'll get one somewhere in this light green region at some point. So anywhere in here, you have a chance to see the marginal risk on Tuesday. Now, moving on to the National Hurricane Center, we do have a disturbance here that has a 40% chance to form the next 7 days. And I mean, if this forms, this could definitely go up to the northeast, it's looking like. And that would not be good because we currently have Hurricane Lee that is also set to make landfall in the northeast. And then we have Tropical Storm Margot, not really going to do anything. It's just going to turn into a hurricane and then just go north for like the rest of eternity. Then we have this disturbance as a 20% chance to form the next 48 hours and a 20% chance to form the next 7 days. No big threat there. Even if this does form, which is not likely to, it's not going to hit anywhere in America most likely. Eastern Pacific, we have post-tropical cyclone Jova. This is finally about to fizzle out here. It is a tropical depression as of right now. Central Pacific, same thing, just Jova, but it's not expected to hit Hawaii, luckily. So let's go ahead and move on to the Hurricane Lee path here. And as we can see right now, Hurricane Lee is a Category 3 with 120 mile per hour sustained winds. It is going to re-intensify as it has been for a while. It's going to go up to a Cat 4 again, a low-end Cat 4. Just putting that out there. It is going to be low-end. And then eventually, by the time it reaches Bermuda, you're in the cone of uncertainty, so you could see a direct impact from a high-end Category 1 or even low-end Category 2 hurricane here. So you definitely need to be looking out here in the Bermuda. You could see the direct impact of Hurricane Lee here. But the bigger picture is whenever this goes up north here, it's looking like right now it's going to go up to the north and then make landfall probably actually in Canada, but it could very well make landfall in Maine, even some of the other New England states here, Connecticut, you're definitely possible landfall target, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, you know the drill. So look out for that. Vermont as well, actually, and maybe even New York, who knows. So look out for that. Moving on to the Climate Prediction Center today, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. We have a area that has been seeing above average temperatures for a while now, and it's not going to stop, okay? You guys are going to get a late fall, it's looking like. From September 16th to September 20th, you have a 70 to 80% chance to see above average temperatures up here in the northwest, and this dome kind of expands out into the Central Plains and even the Midwest, the Four Corner States, the Desert Southwest, so look out in this red region, but this blue region here is, it's going to be cooler temperatures, so if you're in the darkest blue color here, then you have a 50 to 60% chance to see below average temps from September 16th to the 20th. This could be an early start to fall for you guys. We're kind of getting into that time where, fall is kind of starting to get a little cooler out. We're starting to see some foliage on the leaves, but yeah, this is actually what's saving us from getting a direct impact in the Carolinas and Georgia from Hurricane Lee. This cool dome is literally pushing Hurricane Lee out of the way, so we can all thank this thing right here. Otherwise, Hurricane Lee would have made landfalls like a Category 3 or 4 somewhere in this region, which would have been devastating, especially right after Hurricane Idalia. That would have been terrible, dude. So thank this cool dome for that, literally. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. We're going to see drought conditions most likely here in the Dakotas, northeastern Montana, and northwestern Minnesota here from the 16th to the 20th. You have a 50 to 60% chance to see below average temps, and I believe you also had a chance to see below average precipitation, not temps, and you also had a chance to see above average temperatures, so it's going to be very drought-like here. You're going to get a late start to fall. It's looking like northeast, you're going to see above average precipitation, and that is because of Hurricane Lee. That is expected to have some effects here in the northeast. Like I said, it can make landfall in this region. It doesn't have to make landfall right on top of you for you to get the effects, obviously. Really, anybody in the northeast, all the way down to like the border of New York and Pennsylvania, you have a chance to see some effects from Hurricane Lee, and it's most likely going to be like a Cat 1 or a tropical storm when it reaches this area, so look out, guys, seriously. That's pretty much it for the 6 to 10 day outlooks. Let's move on to the 8 to 14 day. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. We do have below average temps likely to continue here for the desert southwest, but I know you guys aren't complaining about that because you guys have had an absolutely brutal summer. Death Valley has been insanely hot. Here in this region, our cool dome will have died off, but by this point, Hurricane Lee will be well away, so thank you for your sacrifice, cool dome. You'll never be forgotten. That was the dumbest thing I've ever said. Near normal temperatures likely for this whole area, though, but for the rest of the country, man, above average temperatures likely. Like, this is crazy. Like, this area in here is going to see pretty normal temperatures. It's going to be pretty nice, but then everywhere else, it is going to be hot. You're going to get a pretty late start to fall. It's looking like here. Yeah, it's not going to be pleasant, especially up here in the northwest, where our heat dome does move a little bit over to the north and the east, and eventually we'll go off into Canada, and then we'll be done with it, but it's staying here for just a little bit longer. So yeah, look out for that. 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. We still have below average precipitation forecast even from the 18th to the 24th up here in the upper Midwest. You have a 40 to 50% chance to see below average precipitation. Above average precipitation is likely though over here for the central plains, the southern plains, and the desert southwest, the Four Corner states, and the northwest. That's a lot of regions. So look out for that. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories. We do have flood watches in effect for most of the Virginia areas. As well, Virginia and West Virginia, that's what I meant by the Virginia areas. Excessive heat warnings in effect here for the desert southwest, but those will most likely go away once this coolness starts to kick in. Heat advisories in a couple of counties down here in southern Texas. Some kind of special weather statement heat warnings here in Texas as well. Same thing for South Carolina. And then we have severe thunderstorm watch currently here for the Central Plains. Things are really going to start to kick off here about 9 or 10 p.m. tonight. And this severe thunderstorm watch is where we are forecasting baseball-sized hail to fall tonight. So you guys need to stay on alert if you are under a severe thunderstorm watch today, because this is a high-end severe thunderstorm watch. This is one of those where you need to be watching the weather pretty frequently to keep up with this thing, because anything could change at any second. So look out for that. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.